What if there were a natural disaster? What if there were a medical emergency? What if you just had to find something fast and couldn't? Don't let this happen to you. Introducing SecurUs, the all-in-one life organizer that maintains, protects, stores, and records the whereabouts of all your critical documents, files, data, and personal information, so you or someone you care about can easily access any information needed in a heartbeat.
I'm a working mom, and my husband is in Afghanistan. He's been there for about 9 months, and my neighbor watches the kids. When I was still at the office last week, my neighbor Sandy called and said the paramedics were there. My middle son Tyler had split his leg open, and the paramedics were asking her a lot of questions, and she didn't know what to do. So I told her, Sandy, go to the shelf, grab the SecurUs, open to the medical section, and all of Tyler's medical information is there. I got to the hospital and met them as soon as I could, and everything turned out fine. But what I was amazed about was how impressed everyone was with our SecurUs. The EMT said that it made his job so much easier. You know, if you're lucky, you won't have to see your SecurUs every day, but when you do need it, it really is a valuable resource in the home for so many reasons besides just medical information.
In Latin, SecurUs means to be free from care, to be safe and secure. And that's what the SecurUs Life Organizer is all about.
My husband passed away 7 years ago, and if I had something like this, it would have saved a lot of running around.
It lays out everything in advance, and it has it there before you need it.
If you have an ailing parent, spouse, or child, do you know where to find all the necessary information to help him or her in times of crisis? With SecurUs, you do. SecurUs is the smart solution to assist you or your family with medical emergencies, personal contacts, real estate papers, financial transactions, and can be a treasure chest of information for homeowners with instant access to passwords, warranties, and locations of important household facilities. Every home should have a first aid kit and a plan for emergency situations, and the same goes for all your vital information. Every home should have the SecurUs Life Organizer.
In case of any kind of a crisis, medical information, insurance information, it's comforting to know that it's all in one spot together.
Stay tuned to find out how you should organize, prepare, and protect your life and the lives of those around you with the only custom life organizer that makes living a little easier and more convenient, saving you time, saving you money, and maybe even one day, saving your life.
Today we can get news from around the world in a matter of seconds, and we can fly across the seas in just a few hours. But sometimes, and we all do this, we get so caught up in the latest technology that we often overlook the simple necessities of just being prepared and organized. And that's what the SecurUs Life Organizer is all about. Right, Stephanie?
You're right, Bo.
And this brings us to our very next guest. Now, she has a Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing with a Master's in Divinity. Jacqueline White, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, Jacqueline, with all your years of medical experience and dealing with countless emergencies, I'm going to assume that finally seeing something like SecurUs become available to the general public is a welcome sight, isn't it?
Personally, I'd like to see everyone in the country have SecurUs. I can't tell you how many times I've been involved in a critical situation where nobody around can answer questions in moments of dire need. SecurUs provides a way for emergency personnel, nurses, and doctors to obtain simple medical information that can make a serious difference for someone you know or care about. Let's look at it from a doctor's point of view. Let's say a new patient goes into a doctor's office for an initial visit. That doctor is going to want to see their medical history. Believe it or not, many people don't see the same physician regularly, or like many elderly people, see many different doctors. Additionally, because of trauma or an elevated state of mind, people sometimes forget vital information about others or even themselves. And let's be honest, as we grow older, our memories aren't as good as they used to be. If you have a medical emergency, paramedics and EMTs, doctors, and especially hospitals are going to want to know the following. Are there any allergies to be concerned with? What's your personal medical history? What about family medical history? Are they insured, and if so, by whom?
A 911 operator will have all the information they need in the SecurUs book. The information that the family has will be at their fingertips. They can pass that information on to us. If a person is having a medical crisis, they can let us know if there are any allergies, if there's any medical needs that we need to know about or that the hospital needs to know about.
As an EMT, I would absolutely recommend SecurUs. It's one place that we could go to and get all the information we need for treating our patient.
Now, on occasion, a life can't be saved. And I think we've all experienced losing a loved one, someone we care about, someone special to us. Well, can SecurUs be a useful tool after someone has passed away? To help me answer that question is our next guest. He's a counselor, a pastor, and a minister for almost 30 years, serving congregations in Missouri, Arkansas, and now Memphis First Assembly, the home church of the one and only Elvis Presley. Let's welcome Bob Gabehart to the show. Bob, welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Now, Bob, one of your many duties is counseling and dealing with grieving relatives when someone has passed away.
Absolutely. There's so many things to be taken care of, decisions to be made, preparations to be made, and it is at a time when few people have presence of mind to make these decisions, such as what about organ donation? What would have been the desire of the loved one regarding that? Decisions regarding funeral services, the cemetery plot, burial services, the daunting task of contacting friends and family, and that list just goes on and on. Mm-hmm. And is not just a situation that affects the elderly. Just a few years ago, I had to help a young lady in my congregation whose husband was killed. He was a police officer. Mm. And what a gift SecurUs would have been to her at a time like this. It is like this hidden protective gift of love to give to somebody that you truly do care about.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming there are a lot of legal issues that need to be dealt with when someone passes away as well, right, Stephanie?
Well, you need to know, does he or she have a will? And if so, where is it located? They need to be able to contact banks and other institutions. And you need to know, did he or she prepare financially?
Well, what about life insurance, right?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, Bo. Life insurance is probably one of the most commonly overlooked items when it comes to dealing with somebody's demise. In fact, many times, loved ones have no idea a person who's passed away has life insurance.
I like it because it gives you all the information that you need, and especially in a time of bereavement.
And this thing is well thought out because it thinks of everything in advance, it lays it out in very simple terms, and it allows people to access it when they need it.
SecurUs has helped me organize myself because I'm very disorganized to start with.
I would recommend the SecurUs Life Organizer to everyone.
All these reasons you've just heard are why we put together the SecurUs Life Organizer. All of us have had personal experiences where having immediate access to all important and essential information would have been more than useful, like the troubleshooting guide.
Personal data, contact info, passcodes, passports, birth and death certificates, and so much more.
The importance of having all the information in one place so that it's portable, convenient, and easy to use, making it simple to find important information. It's divided into easily navigable sections.
For family, health, banking, property, personal data, and backup records.
It really is a complete directory of all your essential information.
An absolute lifeline in cases of emergency.
Truly is a life organizer.
SecurUs gives you peace of mind.